My name is Ahmed Al Alawi. As some of you might already know, I'm an Egyptologist. I spent 22 years of my life studying not only the ancient periods of Egypt, but the modern periods as well. Since I'm speaking the English language, uh, and since we're defining race by those standards, the standards of the English language, let's consider this person. Okay, he's a colonial European from the 1700s. Let's just call him Bob. Now, if I would ask Bob about the races of mankind from his point of view, of course, he would say that the races of the world would be at least white, black, brown. We could extract from brown something like red and yellow as well. Just a matter of adding more specifics. But see, even then, these are just skin colors. And defining whites and blacks are the easiest, because since they seem to be the extremes. I'm sure we can settle red for Native Americans or yellow to Asians, but when it comes to brown, though, we can fit something like the whole rest of the planet inside quote unquote brown. Okay, is brown really a race to begin with? Consider this person. Okay, we found his tomb floating in outer space. We know nothing about his culture or his ethnicity, his origins. We only know that he's a human being. How do we know where he is from? How do we know that? Okay. Let's just say that different people around the world have argued the origins of this man. Okay, based on the picture alone, many of them have claimed since he is brown, well, he must be one of us. But wait, which brown are we talking about? After all, the majority of the people on this planet evolved that same skin tone, quote unquote brown. Okay, even Europeans tend to be brown. Okay, in sunny areas of Europe like southern Italy or Greece, for example. Okay, and thus coming back to the 1700s race issue, defining themselves as white, which claim to be the most superior, then blacks, which claim them to be the most inferior. And everybody in between was just called brown. Okay, so calling this person just brown isn't really helping. But scientists would disagree though. All we need is his actual corpse, which we have, to not only know his race, lineage, or origins, we can even reconstruct his face, something we do all the time in our modern era, no matter what the human remains. Okay, the fact that we can only know the races of people who lived in a certain area is by looking at certain drawings on the wall is a delusion. We know what they looked like there 12,000 years ago, way before civilization itself. The tombs only help to better understand the culture, and they serve as a great time capsule, protecting certain items from decomposing. The races of the people, on the other hand, in any given area around the world has never been a mystery. We know the story of humans in the Americas since they arrived 15,000 years ago. We know nothing about their history. If anything we know, it is their race. Okay, and just the fact that we're studying other human species now that lived 500,000 years ago all around the world should give you an idea of how much the Egyptian race topic is a child's play. We can know the race of someone in any given area all around the world based on nothing but a jaw. Okay, the fact that we have complete corpses of ancient Egyptians and people 8,000 miles away in America think we Egyptologists somehow are struggling to find out what race were these Egyptians. That's a delusion, okay? No different from the delusion flat earthers have against astronomers in NASA. Okay, these delusions push people to deny a simple science. That's so they can confirm a certain religion or a cult. The fact that the whole world already knows what the Egyptians looked like, yet we still have to explain that again today. That's what's making this race topic confusing. Keep in mind that the world doesn't care about black rappers who think that there's a conspiracy here about the history of Egyptians. Just like the world doesn't care about white rednecks who also think that there's a conspiracy against the Bible and that the earth is flat and scientists are somehow conspiring to hide that fact. Okay, just for the sake of reasoning here, let me treat you with kids' gloves. We all know Middle Easterners come in many shades and colors. Okay, ranging from white to olive to brown. The pictures that the ancient Egyptians have presented to us are no different from what we see now in Egypt. We have brown people, white people, olive people. That is exactly what you would expect as the people who live now in the Middle East. It goes something like this. It always been something like this in the Middle East. The people who stay indoors, mostly women, tend to have a light skin. People who spend most of their time under the sun, mostly men, tend to be brown. And the people who do both things tend to be something in between, olive or tan. Okay? And this fact is not only true about Egypt alone here. In southern Europe, for example, the ancient Greeks weren't as white as you think they were, and most of us already know that. North Africans, such as Egyptians, or even Southern Europeans, like the Greeks, who are usually supposed to have a brown skin, have decreased now. The technological revolution has liberated people from farms and hard labor. Men became able to work indoors now, and even have more time to stay home and watch TV, for example, in which resulted in the same effect women had in those ancient times. This is the source of all the problems here when it comes to that subject of Egypt. It's not with the scientist community as if we've done a lousy job from our part. The problem here is not scientific. Okay, we have done a major DNA test to more than 900 mummies and found them related to the very people living there. The reason why there is no debate about the race of Egyptians within the Egyptologist community is because there is no Egyptologist who doesn't believe in the DNA test. Okay, for the same reason, you won't find a flat earth debate within the astronomer community. Okay, an astronomer who doesn't understand Newton's laws just doesn't exist. So the Egyptian race topic is not an Egyptologist issue in the first place. Okay, it's a cultural issue within the black community in the United States. Some use it to feel secure next to other friends from other ethnicities. Some just want to be anything except the Sub-Saharan.